Thanks for clicking this video, guys. This is another episode of Review the Right Thing, and today we're going to be talking about a DVD review on the channel, Ratcatcher, courtesy of Criterion Company. You may ask, why a DVD? Well, I'm old enough, I've been collecting for quite a long time. One of the first purchases I ever made was back in like 1996. I bought the first Korn album. Definitely not my thing really anymore. But as you grow older, tastes change, your perspectives on things change, and so as a result, you start to enjoy different things. You start being exposed to things that friends are into, they recommend things, you might do your own research, and then here you are today. For those of you who are new to the channel, what I do on here is pretty much review things that I've purchased over the years. I'm very passionate about this stuff, and so as a result, I basically wanted to start to take the time to get into my collection, dive into some of the special features, the picture quality, the audio quality of Blu-ray releases, talk about toys, talk about new music, and so why not DVDs too? I mean, DVDs were kind of basically the only thing I had access to besides VHS when I first started collecting. I really got exposed into movies when I started working at a rental chain, Hollywood Video, back in the early 2000s, and that was where I kind of got my love for movies. Before that, it was more or less just what my dad watched, like I've said before in other videos. Music, like I said, I bought my first CD in like 1996, so music was very much my own thing, what I was into at the time, and then obviously, same thing, just like growing up, you get exposed to different things, you find new joys, new things that you like, and as a result, your tastes change. But back to DVDs, there's still plenty of films that haven't been released on Blu-ray that are still great movies, and unfortunately, you know, just haven't seen licensing to studios or to labels that want to be able to put that out and restore it and give it the love it deserves and release it back into the wild in a better format. So until then, you can't ignore those movies. You know, it's not important the quality or how you view the film, you know, as much as it is to just watch the movie or expose yourself to that CD or music, whatever. You know, if you don't listen to it on CD, you go on to Spotify or Apple Music or you download it. Don't do that. But anyways, so, and I buy a lot of movies, you know, like I said, as far as tastes change over the years, you know, a lot of my films have been blind buys, stuff that I'm upgrading from DVD to Blu-ray. It might be something that I have seen that I just didn't own yet, so I get a big collection, buy a lot of things. Music gets pretty much listened to immediately. Toys get pretty much opened immediately or displayed in some sort of way to where I get my enjoyment out of them almost immediately. DVDs tend to just go on the shelves, and I'll get to them when I get to them. My fiance Kelly and I don't exactly share the same tastes.
I mean, what do you mean you don't want to watch Antichrist?
And so I don't get to watch the movies right away a lot of times. I have to wait till I'm kind of by myself or pick something that I know that she'll be into. And so they get watched when they get watched. And like I said, some might be blind buys, but over the years I've gotten burned on a few things. And I watched another guy named Elliot Cohen on here who, you know, spoke about blind buys and, you know, even finding something to appreciate even about the movies that you didn't like. Blind buys have not really necessarily been always an issue for me, and I kind of know what I like, so I don't just buy things that I'm on the fence about. So anyways, let's get started with this review of Ratcatcher. So recently I watched Lynn Ramsay's most recent feature film titled You Were Never Really Here, and it's a pretty incredible movie. So when I pick a movie out to watch, a lot of it is just based on emotion at the time. I kind of just scan the stuff and I'm like, oh, let's look at this, read the back, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, let's look at this, I haven't seen this yet. Oh, this is a great movie, maybe I should rewatch this. No, let's watch something I haven't seen before. And then finally I come to a film, and that's where we're at today, with Ratcatcher. So, saw the spine, and I was like, you know what? I haven't watched this yet. I really liked You Were Never Really Here, so let's give this a chance. It's Lynn Ramsay's feature film debut. Let's get into this. Ratcatcher, 1999, directed by Lynn Ramsay, is presented to us from the Criterion Collection on a digitally restored DVD. Now, Lynn Ramsay must have something with child trauma, because You Were Never Really Here deals with child sexual abuse, and this movie kind of falls into the realm of like a Stand By Me or a Mean Creek. The story unfolds with 12-year-old James, played by William Adey, who's involved in a traumatic incident at the very beginning of the story. The story then unfolds about the lives of the boy and his family, and their life in a rundown, dirty apartment complex. The young boy is an outsider with very few friends, and the local kids bully and tease him. One day, the neighborhood boys invite him to be lookout as they visit the neighborhood girl who they're all sexually involved with. James and this young girl form an unlikely friendship, and one of my favorite shots of the film is during this particular scene where the boys are all visiting her, and they're all teasing him and saying, "Hey, do you want to try?" You know, as in having sex with her. And all he does is basically just lay on top of her. I mean, he's 12 years old. He doesn't really know what's going on. This is all probably very new to him. And he just lays on her and like kind of cuddles her like an older sister. And this shot just looks down over the two of them, and it's just so beautiful. And you can just feel how both of them are just so isolated in this world. It's just, what a great shot. All this boy wants is for a life of normalcy. He just wants to roll around the fields, play in the newly remodeled homes in which he hopes to one day spend his life in. Things like toilets and tubs are not a luxury that he's afforded, and so the idea of living in something new and fresh where he's given more of a normalcy really appeals to him. I had such a joy watching all these characters on screen. As I said, James is played by William Adey. It's his only role that he's ever been in. He was really good. Tommy Flanagan, also great, from Sons of Anarchy, was his father. Thought he did a pretty excellent performance. The picture quality is pretty much what you would expect. It's a DVD, so it's not going to have the sharpest, best looking picture. I watched it on my 4K television, upscaled through my 4K Blu-ray player, and it looked pretty good overall. As I said at the beginning, this is a digitally restored DVD release from Criterion, so color and detail look good. Nothing is super sharp, but picture has a nice soft filmic grain that is still pretty pleasing. None of the colors are deeply saturated, so that's why a restored Blu-ray would look really awesome. There's some exterior shots in this film, especially when he's rolling around in the field. It's such a very beautiful open field. It has some really nice browns in the corn, because I'm assuming it's probably before season, so nothing's got its like lush green look to it. I believe they said it was a cornfield, at least. But anyways, it just looks so pretty, and it would be really nice to see that restored on high definition. DVD still has some fine detail and close-ups. However, like I said, it is just an upscaled DVD on my 4K player. We've all seen that before. So it'd still be nice to see a better restored version from Criterion or anybody really, just with some, you know, maybe some extra features. This one didn't have a ton of features, but I'll get to that in one more second. Audio track on this is just a stereo audio track. Dialogue is mixed pretty nice throughout the film. There isn't too much of a score. A couple key scenes use this pretty like upbeat song, but the most of the movie's pretty bleak, so these are kind of the more childlike scenes, and you know, it's the only time where he really gets to kind of be a kid. So those scenes are composed, the music is composed by Rachel Portman. With the bonus features now, we have an interview with Lynn Ramsay. It's about 22 minutes long, and she kind of talks about her beginnings, how she wasn't really interested in film school, but then went to film school for cinematography, realized that that wasn't what she wanted to do, but it was harder to get into the directorial college. Was finally able to get into that, released her first short at the Cannes Film Festival, won some awards, and basically from there, it's just, she's done a few other things. Definitely need to see more of her movies, because now this is only the second film I've watched. There's also 3 short films included on this disc, which I did watch. First of which is called Small Deaths from 1995. That is one she submitted for the Cannes Film Festival. Kill the Day was the other short film from 1996. And lastly, Gasman from 1997 was the last short film on this release. Also included is a theatrical trailer, some stills of photos taken from behind the scenes. So anyways, it would be nice to see another company pick this up, give it a better restoration, maybe put some more bonus features on there. Commentary track with Lynn Ramsay would be pretty nice to see. And, you know, so overall I'm happy that I have this in my collection, just like anything else. I wouldn't buy it if I didn't want it, and that's that. So, thanks for watching again, guys. And if you like what you're watching, click subscribe, click the bell. It'll notify you every time I put up new videos. This is my 3rd video this week, which normally you won't get that lucky. It's probably about 1 to 2 when I'm working my 50-hour-a-week job. However, I'm not doing it at the moment. basically sitting at home, so I have the time, and I can't not work. So this is work to me, and I like talking to you guys. And I really hope you enjoy it. Look forward to more reviews in the future, and this has been Review the Right Thing. Thanks.